there's a quiet strength you carry through every moment. You walk into rooms with grace. You speak with calm clarity. You hold space for others, even when no one asks how you're really doing. You do it so naturally. The composure, the care, the calm in the storm. But beneath it all, there's a softer part of you that's ready to exhale. Not because you're breaking, but because you're ready to return to yourself. You're not tired because you're weak. You're tired because you've been showing up so fully for so long. And now, you're ready to show up for you. This space is for that version of you, the one who no longer wants to perform, impress, or overextend. The one who craves something quieter, truer, softer. You don't have to prove anything here. You don't have to be anything other than the woman you already are, brilliant, grounded, becoming. So take a breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mask go. And let's begin. Not with effort, but with ease. I give myself permission to take off the mask. I am safe in my softness. I no longer need to earn my place in the room. My presence speaks, even in stillness. I am allowed to just be. I release the urge to overperform. The real me is more than enough. Every time I soften, I come home to myself. There is wisdom in my quiet moments. There is power in my rest. I don't need to explain my worth. I don't need to justify my intuition. I am allowed to show up as I am. I trust the truth of who I am. Even when it's quiet. Even when it's not polished. My calm is not a performance. It's my truth. I can be fully myself and still be deeply loved. My presence is a gift, not a performance. It's safe to let go of what I don't need to carry anymore. I return to myself with love, not pressure. I don't have to hold it all together. I only have to be real. Even when I say less, I am still enough. Even when I pause, I am still valuable. I am not here to impress. I am here to exist fully. My life is not a stage. It's a sanctuary. I let that truth settle into every cell of my body. I no longer shrink myself to make others comfortable. I was never meant to be everything for everyone. My value is not determined by how well I'm received. I let go of the pressure to be agreeable all the time. It's safe to take up space, even if it disrupts the room. I don't owe anyone a version of me that isn't real. I trust that the people who truly see me will never ask me to betray myself. I can be kind without abandoning my truth. I can be loving without losing myself. It's okay if not everyone understands me. I am not here to be understood by everyone. I am here to be true to myself. I release the need for constant approval. I am no longer fueled by validation. I am grounded in self-respect. People's expectations are not my responsibility. My inner peace matters more than performing perfection. Every time I choose truth over pleasing, I grow stronger. I am not too much. I am not too quiet. I am not too emotional. I am exactly who I need to be. I am not here to perform politeness at the expense of my needs. I trust my inner compass more than outside noise. I give myself permission to say no, without guilt, without apology. Boundaries are a form of love, not rejection. I am allowed to protect my energy. I don't need to prove I'm a good person. I already am. I release the idea that love must be earned. I am lovable as I am. Rest is not laziness. Rest is wisdom. I deserve to rest without guilt. I have done enough today. I don't need to earn rest. It is my birthright. I release the story that my worth is tied to productivity. I am allowed to pause, to breathe, to simply be. My nervous system deserves softness. There is beauty in the slow moments. I don't have to rush to stay relevant. My peace is not a luxury. It is a necessity. I honor my body's need for stillness. It's safe to stop performing and simply receive. The world can wait. My well-being cannot. I choose rest not because I am weak, but because I am wise. Every time I rest, I rebuild. I realign. I return. I trust that everything important will remain, even if I step away for a moment. I don't have to explain my need for space. Rest is a radical act of self-respect. I soften into rest with open hands. I don't need to fill every silence. I don't need to fix every problem. I don't need to be on all the time. I let go of should. I let go of pressure. I let go of pretending I'm fine when I'm not. Tonight, I choose peace over perfection. I release the weight of the day. I return to myself. I breathe. My feelings are valid, even when they don't make sense to others. I am allowed to feel deeply. My emotions are not too much. I no longer apologize for having a sensitive heart. Sensitivity is not weakness. It is power refined through softness. I honor every part of me, not just the parts that are easy to explain. I don't have to smile when something hurts. I can be grateful and still need support. I no longer water myself down to stay palatable. I trust my feelings to guide me, not define me. It's safe to feel. It's safe to express. It's safe to be seen. My emotions are not a performance. They are a signal, a truth, a whisper from within. I allow myself to cry without shame. Tears do not make me fragile. They make me real. I hold space for all of me. The joy, the anger, the doubt, the longing. There is room for it all. My emotional truth deserves compassion, not judgment. I do not need to explain my feelings to be worthy of care. I can feel and still be grounded. I can feel and still be safe. I trust my emotional landscape, even when it changes shape. I am not too emotional. I am deeply alive. I no longer perform stability for the comfort of others. I am allowed to be complex. I am allowed to be human. I am allowed to be whole. I don't need to be loud to be powerful. My quiet presence is its own kind of strength, even in silence. I am undeniable. I do not chase validation. I embody truth. I carry a calm power that cannot be shaken. I don't need to convince anyone of my worth. It already lives in me. My presence changes the energy of the room, not because I try, but because I am. I am magnetic without trying. I am radiant without performing. I am enough without the noise, without the doing, without the pretending. I am not defined by output. I am defined by essence. There is no urgency where there is inner trust. I hold myself with quiet certainty. Even when I feel unsure, I trust that I am still guided. My softness is not a liability. It is my superpower. I do not need to harden to protect myself. I am safest when I stay true. I walk through life with grounded grace. My nervous system responds to my inner truth, not outer chaos. I rise by returning, not by running. There is a power in me that can't be seen, only felt. And today, I choose to feel it, to trust it, to live from it. I let go of the version of me that was built for survival. I honor her. I thank her. But I no longer need to be her. I release the roles I perform to be accepted. I am no longer interested in being impressive. I am committed to being real. The mask I wore was a form of protection, but I don't need it anymore. I am allowed to grow past old identities, even if others expect the old me. I choose to honor the new one. I no longer abandon myself to fit into outdated versions of who I used to be. I am not who I was last year, last week, this morning. And that is beautiful. That is alive. I am allowed to outgrow people, spaces, and expectations. I am allowed to rewrite my story without apologizing for the edits. I do not owe anyone a performance of the woman I've already outgrown. I choose to meet myself here, in the now, in the truth, in the becoming. I trust that letting go creates space for who I truly am. This shedding is not loss. It is liberation. I am learning to be a safe place for myself. I offer myself the kindness I once waited for. I speak to myself with gentleness, not judgment. I honor my inner voice. Even when it whispers, I allow my needs to matter. I give myself permission to listen. Really listen to what I feel. My body is not wrong. My feelings are not wrong. My pace is not wrong. Safety isn't something I chase. It's something I create. I am allowed to take up space without performing. I soften into the truth of who I am. Even when I'm unsure, I remain worthy of compassion. I meet my own eyes with tenderness. I don't abandon myself when things get hard. I stay close. When the world asks me to perform, I choose presence. When I feel overwhelmed, I come back to breath. I release the fear of being misunderstood. I choose to understand myself instead. The more I honor my inner world, the more grounded I become. My emotions are not dangerous. They are doorways. I trust that I can hold space for every part of me, the soft, the strong, the uncertain, the clear. They all belong. I am not too complicated. I am layered. I am alive. I return to what feels true in my body. I let go of how I'm supposed to be and choose how I actually feel. There is a wisdom in me that doesn't need to be explained. I don't have to keep up. I only have to keep in touch with myself when I stop reaching. I start remembering who I am, what matters, what feels right. I no longer ignore the quiet nudges. My intuition is not a guess. It's a knowing. I don't have to figure it all out right now. I only have to stay close to what's real. I no longer confuse busyness with purpose. I don't need constant stimulation to feel alive. Stillness reveals everything. I let go of the pressure to be on. What's true doesn't shout. It returns in stillness, in breath, in presence. I follow what feels grounding. I trust the rhythms that feel like home. I choose alignment over performance. Even if no one else sees the shift, I feel it. And that is enough. That is everything. I was never meant to earn my worth. I was born whole. I no longer measure myself by how productive I've been. My worth doesn't rise and fall with my to-do list. I am enough on my slow days. I am enough when I rest. I am enough when I don't know what to say. I let go of the idea that I have to constantly prove myself. There is no version of me that is more worthy than who I am right now. Even when I'm quiet, I matter. Even when I need help, I am still powerful. I no longer chase external validation to feel secure inside. I am learning to be the one who affirms me. My worth is not tied to how well I hide my needs. It is not a weakness to be seen. It is not shameful to be human. I deserve softness, care, and respect. Not because of what I do, but because of who I am. I am not a machine. I am not a brand. I am not a role. I am a whole person. I don't have to hustle for the love I already deserve. I let go of every outdated story that told me I had to be better, to be loved. I am allowed to be loved right here, as I am. I breathe that truth in. I let it settle. I let it stay. I give myself full permission to evolve. I am not fixed. I am unfolding. It's safe to change, even if no one else understands yet. I don't need to explain the shifts I feel within. Every part of me that is changing is making room for something truer. I honor the version of me that kept me safe in the past, but I do not owe her permanence. I release the pressure to stay who I've always been. I am allowed to outgrow identities that once felt necessary. I am allowed to want something different now. I give myself permission to soften, to slow down, to feel more, to ask new questions. I no longer fear change. I meet it with curiosity. I no longer resist my growth. I walk toward it with trust. The parts of me I used to hide are now finding the light. I am not too late. I am right on time. My timeline is sacred. My pace is enough. I do not rush my becoming. I move with inner wisdom. And even in uncertainty, I know this. I am becoming someone beautiful. Not because I'm trying, but because I'm listening. I no longer divide myself into parts to make others comfortable. I don't hide the soft parts just to seem strong. I don't hide the strong parts just to seem soft. I am allowed to be all of me. The calm, the chaos, the clarity, the questions. It all belongs. It all matters. I am not too much. I am not too quiet. I am not a contradiction. I am a whole human being. I allow myself to be seen. Not just the curated version, but the full one. Wholeness isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest. And today, I am honest enough to meet myself without judgment. I carry wisdom and wonder, tenderness and fire, boundaries and love. I am not here to be simplified. I am here to be real. I don't need to pick a single version of me. I am allowed to be more than one thing. I am soft and clear, quiet and brave, messy and holy. I am not here to be understood by everyone. I am here to belong to myself. And in this space, right here, I do. There is power in honesty. There is beauty in unpolished truth. I am not here to perform healing. I am here to live it. I don't need to pretend I'm fine when I'm not. I don't need to act strong when I feel tender. I don't need to dim my joy just to blend in. I am learning to live unfiltered. Not for the world, but for myself. Every time I let my guard down with care, I invite deeper connection. Every time I choose rest over rushing, I protect my nervous system. Every time I speak from truth, I reclaim my power. I no longer fake it to feel safe. I create safety by being real. I don't need to push through. I get to pause. I don't need to keep up. I get to move in rhythm with myself. I don't need to perform peace. I get to embody it. Slowly, softly, naturally. This is what soft power feels like. It doesn't shout. It doesn't seek permission. It simply is. And now, so am I. No mask. No performance. No pressure. Just the real, whole, powerful woman I've always been. Finally allowed to exhale. You don't have to be anyone but yourself here. You don't have to fake strength to be safe. You don't have to hide the softest parts of you to belong. You are already worthy. Already powerful. Already becoming. If this space reminded you of who you are, let it stay with you. Come back anytime. Repeat as often as needed. Let these words live in your body. And if this message held you in a way you needed, feel free to share it. You are allowed to rest now. You are allowed to be seen. You are allowed to feel free. And no matter where you go from here, never forget, your softness is not the opposite of strength.